Hey guys, welcome to another one of our reviews. I'm the Worm, this is the Proton. Today we're going to be doing a new review from a kind of new company that we have never done before, and it's another starter kit basically, and yeah, we've got it free. It's not going to change our review anyway. True and honest as always.
As always, today we are doing the Seego G-Hit kit. Yeah, Seego G-Hit kit. We got this from a website, and I will attempt to pronounce this name. It is Seego, SZSEEGO.com. We don't think they retail from there. We think this is just manufacturer.
It will be up there though anyway.
It will be up there. And obviously the G-Hit up there. What they sent us through, we'll go through what they sent us through first of all. We've got a kit through. They also sent us through a couple of extra atomizers for the top of it, and the chargers, and that is in the kit. So, indeed, price wise, we can't really give you a price. These aren't super available. We did get this from Shirley. Contact Shirley. There she is. There's their email information and all that. We did quickly Google this, and we did find a reseller, and the price, we couldn't find a price for this exact kit that we've got here, but we found a price for one that's got two 650mAh batteries, a couple of clear atomizers similar to like an e-cig kit, and that was £35?
£31.96 I think it was, and then there was the 900mAh batteries, which were £36 basically.
Okay. There you go. So price wise off the bat, you're used to this kind of price for a starter kit. Actually, not a bad price at all. So I think what we'll do is we'll go into this and then these afterward. So yeah, let's go into that. Do you want to do this or should I?
I've got them.
Do that.
Right. In the box, guys, you'll open it up and you'll have a little Ego style battery with the G-Hit top on the top, and this one is the A. It just says A, and you can see it just there.
G-Hit A. They've got A, B, and C. We've got all three. That's the other two.
And basically, take this. Oh, hang on. I'll show you what's resting in the bottom first quickly. Take out the little bit of foam, and then you've got another little protective box, and you get a little 10ml bottle and your little charging wire there. The plug doesn't come inside, it comes outside of it.
You do get a plug, and you get a set of instructions in there as well. Quite clear instructions actually as well. Big thumbs up for instructions, because most places don't do them.
But basically this is the disposable throwaway, like Stardust sort of style, but you just got a little screw top on, which basically unveils your cap, and you fill it as usual as you would any other C4.
We'll show you how to fill these others, exactly the same process.
Might as well just unscrew this one, literally unscrew the top, fill down the middle, or the side of, but just not down that middle hole obviously, but inside there, and screw it back on and you're good to go.
Indeed. It's cool, you get the little cover. I mean, as Worm said, this is kind of a CE4 equivalent, so it's disposable. You can't replace the atomizer head in this, but I'd imagine you'll get one of those covers with the C4 styles, so if you are going to use them as disposables, take them off, take off the black tip as well, because they're going to be usable in all manner of devices. The screw-on cap, maybe not so much, you have to have the external threading for it, but the C4 style drip tip that's in these is going to be cross-changeable with most of the devices, especially the ones coming from Seego.
I just checked the battery. Here's a 5-click on and off system, like you would expect from your Ego style batteries.
It's got a little rainbow of colours in there as well.
Yeah, it's got a blue light on the side and a red light at the bottom, so I'm assuming that's going to indicate battery life, but
we haven't run this battery down, guys, to be honest with you. We used it briefly, filled it up, used it for a while, and then we stuck it on charge to make sure it's full for the review. We have pre-filled this. Whilst Worm's having a little vape, what I'll do is I'll go through the G-Hit B and C with you. Obviously these are your replacement tops for this device.
Yeah, so this is the A, which is the disposable. If you can find the B.
This is the B. Again, guys, this is like a starter kit, so you get it with the disposables. I imagine you can buy those disposables repeatedly if you choose to do so, or you can buy the replacement head systems, which we've got here. Firstly, colour. They are available in varying colours, which is cool, and the batteries are the same, so you can match those batteries with the colour of your ATSI, which, if that's what you decide to do. So basically, yeah, it's exactly the same thing. This is the G-Hit B, so as before, take your cap off, your drip tip comes off. Unlike the G-Hit A though, this one will unscrew, and these screws do feel nice. They've got a nice O-ring to seal them, and it exposes your head, and then your head unscrews, and you can screw a new head in. So that's your C4 style atomizer. This is your C5 style. These are C5 heads, so you can put C5 heads in this. And obviously, as with all of these little heads that are designed for this kind of device, if you want to, you can re-wick them yourself. So this is exactly the same. I think what we'll do, we will actually fill these the B and the C as well. We'll have a little vape.
Yeah, we did test this first one because we just wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah.
Just off camera, just to see how it was hitting, because we did watch another review on this, and apparently they hit
quite well. Yeah, so standard filling procedure as with these devices, 45 degrees down the sidewall. All of these will hold 2.4mm, which is actually more than the C5 and more than a C4.
But as you will notice, these don't curve in at the top like the other ones do. These are completely straight.
Flush all the way up.
So
I'm going to fill this at 2.4.
I think that's through styling with the cap that goes on it. As you can see, they actually looks kind of similar to a pen lookalike if it was in your top pocket sort of thing.
I quite like that. I think it's quite nice bit of design. I mean, obviously, guys, if you did have a different colour one, you could wop this off and stick it on this, or vice versa. You could stick this on this. And although the tank's purple, it's exactly the same now. All you've done is change the colour of the tank, so that's pretty cool. This is why I would say, if you are going to use get it with the C4 styles or the G-Hit A's, keep the silver tops, because you may have, after a period of time, varying colours and batteries.
Keep your heads as well, just in case you do damage one of the screw threads and that, and whatever reason. Or I think there should be an O-ring on here. There is an O-ring on there, so there's a spare O-ring as well. I
mean, if you're buying the CE for the G-Hit A's, it's definitely worth keeping those bits if you're going to chuck it away as a disposable, because it's basically paying for it. So you may as well not throw the bits that are usable on other devices away.
Quick thing I did forget to point out, these are the long wick C4 A's. Yeah, so they're not the short wicks.
This G-Hit B, again, is a long wick. And then the G-Hit C, which is this one, which is the one I'm interested in. If I can get it out. Same thing again, guys. It's exactly the same kind of design, which I like. And when I pointed this out, these are all different styles of atomizer, but they've all kept the same look. So that's wicked. You can choose your preference, and you don't have to sort of choose one look or another. This one's a bit different. The top is the same. I mean, obviously it's bright green, but barring that, top is the same screw on. All of these three atomizers are the same. With this one though, you don't feel from the top. You unscrew the bottom, and you've got your atomizer head there, which is bottom coiled, and these are EVOD heads. So it's basically their take on an EVOD. Works exactly the same way pretty much. This again is 2.4mm, which is more than an EVOD.
Can you unscrew the head on that?
Yeah.
No, the actual head on the actual device, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. So you
can change it. I mean, these are sort of this style head is quite popular, and it is the same size as those two. So you could potentially place this head with something that was more comfortable, more to your suiting, if you chose to do so.
I'm assuming you can get one of those C3, C4, C5s head changers, so you can put a drip tip in there as well. So that would work on all of these as well.
You could do, just as long as you cover fitted over drip tip if you wanted to use it that way. With this one, you fill it up slightly differently. Like, so you remove your atomizer head. Your atomizer head is replaceable, as we pointed out, with the G-Hit B. Exactly the same procedure as an EVOD, literally from the bottom, and then you screw that on in there, which is cool. I'm putting the same juice on all these guys. With this one, you turn it upside down, you can see you've got a metal bar in the middle, same as an EVOD, and you literally just turn around and fill her up to that metal bar. So just give it a good squeeze. I don't tend to go 45 degrees on this because I tend to fill it pretty much to the bar.
We have needle tops here, so we can actually get right in there with a needle, so we don't have to worry about that sort of dripping down the side and that, or in the middle sort of thing.
Indeed. And you just plonk your head back on, give her a screw up, turn her upside down. I just want to check. I filled that up pretty much as close to the bar as possible, and although there's 2.4mm markings on here, 2mm in this one. Alright, you're not, unless that bar's extended and the head shrunk, you're not going to get 2.4mm in there. There's no,
unless you want to risk holding it at a slight bit of an angle and get a little bit more in there.
It's still not going to be 0.4 of a mil though.
No.
So that's slightly under capacity stated, but I imagine that is because they're literally using exactly the same tube for all of them, and this one isn't actually designed for the bottom coil, so that it may actually be 2.4mm in there. It's just not indicated because the markers are in the wrong place. But either way, that's that. So yeah, we've filled those. These all got the same juice in there. We're just going to leave them to sit for a couple of minutes just to absorb.
While we're babying this one and talking about this one again, back to the A anyway. We've been using this A on and off all day. Basically, we filled it up, or Mr. Proton filled it up earlier. He had a little vape in it, and he was actually pleasantly surprised.
Well, oh yeah, definitely.
He literally handed it to me and was like, "You want to try that? It's quite good, and it's performing quite well." And the vapour off it just seems to be more.
Yeah, we have. Sorry, can I borrow your SVD? We have checked the resistance of this head in here, and it's 2.4 ohm head in there. Just going to quickly check the resistance of these two to see what we're going to get standard. But if you are buying these in the UK or the US or whatever, obviously being your EVOD head or your C5 heads, they're going to be readily available here and everywhere in any kind of resistance that you choose, or indeed you could wrap your own. Sorry guys, just going to put a little bit of power through to make sure. Right, 2.5 ohms again in that one, which is always good. So I'd imagine that this is going to be much the same. This CE5 style, the G-Hit B is going to be much the same.
We tend to find with like throwaways and stuff that comes through standard, they seem to be hitting around about 2.2 to about 2.6. That's where kind of the standard head comes in, just because on these Seego type batteries, they seem to increase the battery power life, or extend the usage of it, and still give you the hit that you need. So
yeah, definitely. Now, as a unit, I do not know about a point, he just knows what I'm talking about. As a unit, it's actually, I really like that. I think that's very, very cool. Tank, you can see juice. The button, this is similar to a Kanga battery, where the button is there on the side. Still 5 clicks, but it's flush. And that feels very natural to use. To be honest with you, I think this is a 650 mAh battery in this one. I think the 900 mAh will be slightly longer, and I think that will probably even feel more natural for me to use, as I have big bare hands and Worm's hands aren't small either. But I've been puffing around this for a few hours now, and this is the G-Hit A, and very, very pleasantly surprised, to be honest with you. Bearing in mind I've been using this juice in a lot more advanced kit today.
And the flavour coming through just
the flavour's coming through just fine, and the vapour's actually quite nice off of this as well. So,
I would like to point out as well, I've not had a dry hit off this yet either.
No, being this kind of wicking system, eventually you're going to have to do the stop, drop and roll procedure. It's just how these are. When you've got a vertical climb for that juice, it's going to get to the point where there is not enough juice in it.
But we are down to, what are we down to now, about just under halfway of the tank?
Well, I filled that up to 2.4 and we're now at 1.2, so about half a tank exactly, and still no problem. But I think you'll find in general with this device, unless you're chain vaping, you tend to flail it around and stuff anyway, especially when you've got a top on it, because it is kind of like a pointing stick. Do like that, that's cool.
Or a wand.
It is a wand. You have got some brand on there, guys. You've got the Seego G-Hit, you've got A written up the top here on the band. I'm just checking to see if these ones
they do have B and C.
Yeah, B and C on there as well, which is nice. And you've got a little bit of brand on the battery, sort of G-Hit and Seego written there, but nothing over garish. It's very kind of, it is what it is. Let's flip this A off and we'll chuck this G-Hit B on, which is a nice purple one, more of Worm's colour than mine, I think. There you go. These are 510 connected. Well, let me just check that, sorry, I'm not giving you false information. Right, yeah, this one is 510, the G-Hit, this one is 510, the G-Hit B is 510. I'd imagine this is Seego threaded, yep, and your G-Hit C is Seego threaded. So, any kind of
just like their counterparts, basically.
Pretty much. Let's have a little. This is how a couple of minutes to sit down. Let's have a little vape.
Yeah, we're using a bubblegum flavour in this at the moment, guys. It's a 50/50 juice, 12mg strength. It's quite nice. So, but yeah, the A earlier, we was puffing away and puffing away, puffing away. It just kept giving, which you should expect from when you buy a device, but. We've tried other. We started on the C4s, C5s, replaceable building systems, and all that. And I can't say I remember too much about them. I really can't, because we vape a lot of advanced stuff now. But from what I remember, these just feel like they are just outperforming them, and you got to give it up to them. They just seem to be knocking out great stuff at the moment. So if they can improve something that's already there, do it. It's going to help people who are new coming on to like the new starter kits and that. It's just going to help them out and stay off the fags more. And we kind of agree with that, and that's what we want to see. I mean, it's all good having these top end devices that are like 200-300 quid and that, but they're only for like the people who are in this as a hobby. For the people who want to get off of the fags, this is going to be what they buy, stick on, stay on, and then give up on.
There you go. Just a little vape with a B, as you see. This is obviously this sort of the G-Hit B to the G-Hit A is the C5 to the C4. Same performance as the A. Nice amount of vapour. The vape off these for me isn't super warm, but I have been vaping low res cores today as well. But the vapour from it is a sort of, I'd say, a sort of a medium heat. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. It is reminiscent of a cigarette kind of vape, maybe slightly cooler.
Can I just quickly, guys, these ones, they all seem to be an area drawer than their counterparts, which is good. I mean, for us more than anything, because we normally get on the C4 or EVOD or anything like that, and we're kind of like, because we're used to like 1.5mm holes up and up sort of thing. But on these, the airflow is just easy.
It's got 2 channels cut out into the base of it. I'll spin that, hopefully you can make those out, probably not though. 2 channels cut into it. But yeah, as well, I mean, I did pick up on that earlier. I didn't even really think about it, to be honest. I did say, I thought to myself we should mention that, but Worm's done it nice. But yeah, the draw is area. I mean, if you're used to something like a Nova, this is definitely an area draw than that. To be honest with you, I was using this exact juice in, well, this. Far more advanced than this is ever going to be, and I literally filled up the G-Hit A and put it on that battery, had a little vape, and to be honest with you, it wasn't like I'd taken a massive step. I mean, I've taken a step back obviously, but sometimes I pick up a device, put the same juice in it and think I need my other one back, whereas this I actually sat there happy vaped away with it for quite a little while, no problems whatsoever, which is wicked. The flavour isn't going to be on par with your serious rebuildable devices or your drippers and stuff like that, because it's not the same price range, and 2, it's not even really the same kind of device. Although the technology is effectively the same, they're leaps and bounds apart in terms of what you've got to do to get it.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can tell at the moment, the reason this seems to be performing so well and wicking so well at the moment, and maybe giving that flavour a little bit better, is maybe because that's a full cylindrical tube and not coming in at the top. It's not cutting off any kind of flow in any kind of way, not squashing those wicks at any point. I mean, when we took these off before we put any juice in this, the wicks kind of had loads of room to move, loads of room to soak up, wasn't compressed or squished at any point, and yeah, they just seem to
that
do
is a problem
really well.
that the CE4, CE5 style devices have. I mean, the EVOD not so much because the core's down the bottom, but they still do that at the top, which suffers juice capacity. This has still got more juice capacity than an EVOD, the C has. We haven't tried it yet, but in general, that look does more for me than the CE5s ever did.
Yeah.
We are going to chuck this. We're going to chuck on the G-Hit C now, which.
I do want to point this out quickly. The kind of the setup that Mr. Prime started on was a silver battery with a green top. So that could be very reminiscent for him.
It was a 650 mile pass through and a bright green V3 from Totally Wicked, or a CE5. Again though guys, you can change these tops with the silver one that came with it if that's the colour you have. Do want to point out these colours, these green and these are rubberised, and it does feel like a good rubberised coating on this. It doesn't feel cheap, it's nice to grip. This isn't slidey, this silver battery. But yeah, just wanted to point out that if you do buy this in a purple or black or something,
there is a slight rattle in the button, but it's minimal. It really is.
But you get that on any.
You do.
To be honest with you, it's nothing we haven't come to expect.
But other than that, the actual feel of the battery feels really sturdy and that. So.
Indeed, yeah, it does. Yes. If you're going to buy the coloured one, guys, just expect that rubberised feel. I'd imagine it'd be the same on the black one as well. I imagine if that rubberised, and I think also in black, to be honest with you, but. Does look good in silver. This is the one I'm semi-dubious about because bottom coils, they're either good or they're bad, and we will use and abuse this after this. I might take it to work tomorrow and keep you updated. Now I'm actually going to take back what I said. That's at 2.2 mil now. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's just coming down there.
Sorry. So you might just be able to squeeze 2.4, but I still think that's a little bit optimistic.
But yeah, the B so far. Outdoing its counterpart as well. What can you say to that? I mean, as starter kits goes, if you're going to improve something, you might as well do the most common available device, and they've gone and done that, and they've so far achieved a better device.
I mean, these are just bedding in, guys, but the vapor for the C is obviously going to be cooler because it's bottom cooled, but it's not as ridiculously cool as some bottom coils can be, but the vapour of it's still plenty. I'd say the flavour is fractionally better off of that bottom coil, although the vapour temperature does go down. And again, we're only just bedding these in. Given 20 minutes worth of vaping, I imagine it's going to improve a little bit more still. We let it sit there for a few minutes, as you see, and I can't imagine you're going to suffer dry wicking. The only issue with the bottom coil devices is that they do have the potential to leak, which is why we'll keep you updated. But given that you can use EVOD heads in these, it's unlikely, to be honest with you. The EVOD heads are pretty good. You can buy them in various resistances, and pick and choose your preference. But yeah, the C kind of seems to be vaping pretty well.
I'm definitely getting a little bit more flavour off this one, but obviously definitely a cooler vape, but it is what it is. If you prefer the cooler vape, you're going to go with your EVOD and bottom coal style atomizers, isn't you? So it is what it is. But as a range so far, top marks really. They all kind of outdo their counterpart. I would say the eVod is kind of on par with the C version here.
It's got an 8-second cut-off, guys. I know that because I've just hit it.
But the other two, the C4, C5, A and Bs, they're definitely slightly outdoing their partners, basically. But this, I would say, is probably hitting eVod level. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's better because eVod's really, really good, and we actually quite like the eVod. But to hit on par with the eVod,
you can't really, for this kind of device, compliments don't really come much higher than that, to be honest with you.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, we love the starter kit from eVod. If this is going to perform at the same rate, and you just want the different colours or the look of this preferred to the eVod look, this is your kit. What are you saying?
Yeah, it's a good vape.
There's not really much you can say there.
To be honest with you guys, those of you that are regular viewers will know the kind of devices that we possess, and as an out and about vape, this would satisfy me quite happily. So would the other two, to be honest with you, the A and B and the C on a little battery. Lovely stuff. I do think the C is giving slightly more flavour, but you're getting a cooler vape, so it's kind of, you've got to choose your preference, and the slightly more flavour is slightly more. We do a 5-point hit list for devices and kits in general, if you're not a regular viewer of ours. So we will do the same for this hit list, and we'll point out a few good features about it and bad if we can think of any. So,
looks. I think if you get the colour coordination right with the battery and that, it's a bloody good looking device. It really is. Everything seems to. You can mix and match. You can style it. You can.
It's kind of, yeah,
you can chop and change.
Chop and change.
10. It is a good looking device. It really is. For a starter kit, I'll be quite happy to be seen out and about with this. Yeah, I agree. I agree. For looks, for what it is, it's a 10. I love this little thing. I didn't think I would, to be honest with you, but I like the fact you can chop and change them. I like the fact that your drip tips will be interchangeable, and you can upgrade them, especially in this one, because realistically, the one in this as opposed to a traditional 510 drip tip is because that's what the foundation that this is built on is already had. You could get, like Worm said, the drip tip adapter and get yourself a shorty drip tip of your choice in there, and you'd be happy as Larry. And it is a simple case of you change the top, because you look at it with this sort of green top on and you think, Jesus, that's garish, but literally doing that and putting that one on, kind of, yes, it's now got a green tank, but that doesn't look out of place with a green tank, I don't think. So yeah, looks, it's getting a 10 from me. I really like the look of this. Usability, I'm going to do all these three as one because they're all clearomisers, really, pretty much.
The same to feel, aren't they?
They all feel pretty much the same way, either from the top or the bottom. You take off one screw. It's really easy. It really is. You just got to make sure your battery's maintained, and you clean out your devices whenever you need to, or changing juice flavours. But other than that, like with the throwaway one, keep the same juice or similar juices in it. With the changeable heads, change your head when you need to. It's a 10.
For me, usability, yeah, I mean the G hit A for a disposable device is as easy as it gets. It's a 10, and the B and the C, again, Worm said you literally, it's the same as any replacement coil system. You literally take your bits apart and you put a new coil in. Simple as that. So yeah, it's getting a 10 for usability for me.
Maintenance is more down to a little bit of cleaning on the tank side, but even that is literally just rinse under hot water, leave it on the side to drip dry for half hour, an hour, or you can blow it out or put some tissue in there. It's entirely up to you. You can make it as hard or as easy as you want to on this sort of style. And then again, maintaining your battery power. It's a 10.
Maintenance for me, the G hit A is going to get a 10 because it's disposable. The G hit B, which is the C5 style, is going to get a 9 because you have got to clean it out. The G hit C is going to get an 8 because it is eVod style, and you can't get a bit of tissue through there to dry it out easily, so it's harder to clean this style of device.
But like I said, it all depends on how you're going to let this dry. If you're just going to drip dry them overnight, you just wash it and put it on the side.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, if with this you haven't really got much choice.
Yeah,
that's the thing. But it's going to take a hit for that.
Yeah, well I suppose. But for me, I don't think it's any harder. You just leave it.
If you're used to these kind of devices, it makes absolutely no difference to you whatsoever. If you're new though, that kind of stuff will crop up and you'll be like, oh, earbuds and stuff in there. Whereas the G-Hit B, you literally just, like Worm said, be able to wring a bit of tissue all the way through it, and that would then dry it for you, so you can pretty much wash, put a new head in, and
go.
5 minutes, job done.
Flavour and vapour of these. I suppose you've got to do each one individually. The A, flavour and vapour. I'm going to sit around, I mean, generally their counterparts, they all sit around about a 7. And for these, I'm just going to give them a 7.5, just because they hit just a little bit harder than their counterparts. And it's the same for each and every one of them, except for the C, because the C is on par with the EVOD, and that's a 9.
The A, I'm going to give it an 8. Actually, I think it's in its category. It's actually very, very good. In its category, it's like a 9.5, but in a general, the flavour of it is pretty good. So I'm going to give it an 8. The B, as well pointed out, basically the same vape, so it's going to get the same. And the C, the flavour is going to get a 9. It's not miles better, but it is slightly better.
Yeah.
Vapour for me, usually the vapour would match the kind of the flavour marks in this kind of category, but this is vaping really well actually.
Really well.
Although flavour is the same as the counterparts, the C counterparts, the vapour is actually comparable to the EVODs, and they're 9s. So is this. And
all of them are 9
in its
across the
category,
boards.
it's a 10. But in general, it's a 9 for vapour for what it is. It's definitely very good. I think we will chuck, usually we just move on to overall, but I think we'll chuck build quality and price based on the very, very minimal price and details that we have, but we will chuck it in just because you've got the battery and stuff included in the kit.
I mean, the kits we saw, you get 2 batteries and 2 Cleros basically. And the build quality of them all are really good. I mean, the screw threading feels nice and tight when you screw it in. There doesn't seem to be any kind of like loose wiggling that you kind of get with the counterparts. They do seem to deteriorate, but we haven't had these or used and abused these like we did the other ones, so we'll update you on how they hold up against our abuse, and we do abuse stuff quite happily. But yeah, so far I think the build quality of this stuff is actually really, really good. I'm going to say 9s because they are really, really well done, and for their price, it's a 10 because they're basically the same sort of price as any other Clear out there, and they are good for their price. They really are. 15 quid each if you're looking for the battery and Clearo. If you get the kit, you're getting 2 batteries, 2 Clearos and a charger. It's good money.
For me, build quality, first of all, everything feels lovely. It does, it feels well built. Even these tops don't feel flimsy, they're metal. The paint, the rubberized paint on the other 2, the B and the C, is very good stuff. I've got no grumbles at all with any of the build quality in this. I say Worm said there's a battery rattle there, but you get that with all of these kind of batteries, especially these sort of Kang-esque style ones.
Yeah, because they're kind of floating batteries in the holes there. So
build quality, the way it feels very good. It's going to get a 10. Price. Now, seeing as we found that kit for 36 quid, 2 900 miles, 2, they were C4 style though, weren't they?
Yes.
And the charger and obviously instructions as well. I'm gonna give it a 9. It is on par with the value of the EVOD kit. Obviously, you're gonna have to buy 2 spare Atties on top of it because the others are disposable unless you choose to use the disposables. But that brings it to EVOD price, and it's definitely an EVOD vape. And that as a starter kit is spot on what you want. So yeah, very, very good stuff. It's a 9.
Yeah. Overall, I have to recommend this. It is actually a really good starter kit. To be honest, we kind of looked at it and we wasn't expecting much from it because we thought C4s, C5s, EVODs, they've all been done. They either work or they don't. But these just perform slightly better, except for the EVOD, which is the Kang-esque for EVOD type C is on par with the actual EVOD counterpart. Is good. So overall, 10. It is a 10 kit, no matter which one you buy. Alright, there's flaws to every kit. One's a disposable, one you got a little bit more cleaning and drying with, one you got pretty much got to let drip dry.
You can shake it dry, but it's just that little bit more you have to put in.
Yeah, there is downsides to every kit, there's downsides to every device. But for what it is overall, it's a 10. It's just an outstanding starter kit.
Overall for me, I recommend this. Yeah, I would recommend this. I mean, if these are readily available in the UK, depending on pricing, it may even go above the EVOD kit. So yeah, 10. It's definitely a 10. I would definitely recommend this. No two ways about it. It feels very good. It does the job
especially as soon as you get a little instruction kit. They are coming ready more available with kits and that, but they're still not overly common. They are there in some kits they aren't. Some devices you get them, some devices you don't. This one you do.
I mean, you do get I mean, the presentation box, I mean, again, it's probably going to end up in a bin, unless you're like us and you use them to store atomizer heads or juice or whatever else. But it's nice, you pick it up and you think, that's nice, that is. And I've got to say that, although this is, again, completely pointless, quality of the box was quite good, and the fact you do get a 10ml bottle ready to stick some e-juice in with a needle nose drip on top, they've chucked in everything you need, which is really, really good stuff. So that is uber good. So yeah, like William said, we weren't expecting loads, but yeah, these little buggers do deliver actually. They do.
Little buggers.
They do the job really well, and I think they improve the look of a lot of these style devices, although sticking to the same kind of technology. So wicked stuff. We definitely thumbs up this. Sorry, we definitely give this a thumbs up. And if you want one, search the net, just type in your Seego kits, and I'm sure that you can find.
Yeah, G-Hit series.
G-Hit series. Yeah, I'm sure you can find where they are if they're available near you. Failing that, we did hold the card up for you, and the email address was on there, so you can probably directly email Shirley.
Yeah, just remember your A is the disposable, your B is your replacement, and your C is your bottom coil. Yes,
we are going to give this kit away, guys, just purely because we don't actually need this kit, and we got it sent through free, so we think it's only right that it kind of goes out and goes to some who may well need it. Have we decided what we're going to do to give this away?
We haven't, no.
We haven't. I'll tell you what we do, yeah? We'll give it, what's the date today? We'll give it till the 15th of...
Next October.
15th of October. Like it, obviously, like the video for us, guys, it helps us out. Leave a comment on there suggesting ways that we could do our next giveaway. Alright? The person who comes up with the best idea for us to give away our next device will get this sent to them.
Yeah.
Alright? It's as simple as that. If you've got a good idea as to what we can do for a giveaway, I don't care what it is, neither does well, just comment it underneath this for us. And the person
the one we choose.
The one we choose, we are going to choose this one as well. It doesn't matter who you are. Comment down there. If we like your ideas for the next giveaway, you will get this sent to you, and we will pay for the shipping. Alright?
Shall we tell them what the next giveaway, just so it helps them what they kind of...
The next giveaway is going to be the iGo F, which we did plan to give away sooner, but we've just said a month, so that's how long it's going to be. We may chuck some other stuff on there as well as that iGo F, but it may be a little cluster giveaway, it may just be the F, we haven't decided yet. But the next giveaway, so yeah, you want this, don't matter who you are, comment it down now, give us an idea for the next giveaway.
Don't forget to hit that like button.
Hit that like button. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Mr. Proton. This has been The Worm. See you soon.
See you soon.